I've started questioning.
I love what he
them.
did with these punch-ins and stuff in the
But
handheld
it's different
edit
this
and
time.
post because it makes it feel
I
like we had more
don't feel
cameras than we
like
actually did.
I'm
Welcome to Next Level Nonprofit Video. I'm Jacob, and I'm really excited to share Josh's cut of Ariel's story video. If this is your guys' first time tuning into this video series, Josh and I worked together to interview Ariel and shoot a story video, and we both worked on separate edits of the final video. This is my first time watching his edit as well, and so we're gonna watch it, I'm gonna react to it, and we'll talk about it afterwards.
As a child, I was always told by my siblings that I was kind of weird, and in a lot of ways that left me feeling like something was wrong with me.
I like that glitch intro. That's cool.
I've had to kind of cover myself and not let people really see who I am.
It's a faster pace. I like it though.
The feelings of brokenness did tend to linger through college. I tend to say I've never had big dreams for myself. I've never really set out that path. And then seeing all of my friends have these majors that they've dreamed about and talking about their dream jobs, that definitely made me feel like a black sheep. With graduating from school, I didn't quite know what was going to happen yet, but what I knew was that I needed a job. I had a couple of interviews, but they didn't go as expected. I definitely put a lot of myself into the things that I do, and when I don't see them go well, it hurts me. Like, I feel like another part of me is breaking.
I like the handheld look on the second angle.
I start to ask God, like, why did I fail? I feel like the answer that I got from God in that moment is to just trust. I mentioned it to the worship team one night. There was a new worship pastor at my church. He comes to me, he's like, hey, I think we have something for you. It was definitely a shift for me to say yes to that. With that experience working in ministry, you're not just doing one job. That's something that I came to learn. I started working with their social media, helping get that back off the ground. After a little while, there was a communications director brought in, and she started giving me some projects.
The vocal cadence is go, 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 which is great.
I started to find this new passion, something that I didn't expect. If Ariel years ago was given these new projects and was just like, oh, here, can you try this? There would have been a lot of resistance, a lot of fear around that. But eventually I came to a point of just like knowing that things are gonna work out in some way. Like, my identity isn't tied into the work I do, it's its own thing. So I did really want to pursue communication, so I wanted to go get my master's. After a while with, working towards my master's, I felt like in my own mind, it was time for me to get a full-time job.
I really like the skin tone that he got out of the color grade 2. It's a little bit pinker than what I got, and I really like it. It adds some more life to it and matches it with the second angle well too.
And so I decided to try my own thing, and I found a full-time job, and immediately I knew it was not where I was supposed to be. I felt like I was slowly deteriorating. I was losing parts of myself.
Music change. I like the kind of trailer style shift in the music tone.
I found very little joy in worship. I felt so down on myself for abandoning something that I loved, and I felt like I couldn't look at it the same way. I came to a realization that, all right, I feel like this isn't where God wants me anymore, so it's time for me to move on. But I didn't have a plan of what was going to happen next. So I took a leap, decided I was going to quit my job, and the day that I was going to put in my notice, I got a call from the church saying that they were going to have a lot more freelance work for me, and if I had the capacity to handle it, and I said yes. And that was the moment I felt God working in my life again. Accepting that I got it wrong was very hard for me. I carried a lot of resentment for a while for leaving a position that was really great. Like, I feel like I didn't recognize what I had until I left.
I love these music choices. They shift and flow really well.
I started a part-time retail job, and that wasn't something that I really loved as somebody with a master's degree. But I trusted God that he would bring work my way. I had one client, and then I had two, and then I had a contract.
The shallow depth of field looks so good on these punch-ins.
And by that point, I was like I could make this my full-time job if I wanted to. And it was really cool to see the way God had been working in this when I trusted him with every part of my life, really. Like, I had no idea what was going to happen next. And then that's where COVID comes in. I did not see anything like this coming. Neither did the churches I was working with. I started to lose clients. Now I'm at a really hard point in my life where I've started questioning again.
Man, I love what he did with these punch-ins and stuff in the handheld edit and post, because it makes it feel like we had more cameras than we actually did, which is a great strategy that I didn't even think about when I was editing mine.
But it's different this time. I don't feel like I'm ready to quit. For the first time, I'm not taking comfort over challenge. I want to face that challenge because I am confident that this is where God wants me to be.
And the minimal music at the end really reinforces that this is important at the end.
For the first time, really, I have peace, even though I am about to have no money coming in. God had prepared me for this moment. He put people in my life to prepare me. He had put values in me that I hadn't experienced before with saving money. I opened up a savings account right before COVID happened, started putting money in there, and now I am going to be able to support myself for a while, even as things start to get a little bit crazy still. I just remind myself that this is a season. There's a song that I'm really reminded of, and it's one that was really important to me in that season of transition. It's called Seasons by Hillsong. Though the winter is long, even richer the harvest it brings. That was a song I listened to every day on my way into work and out, because I knew that this was a season and God was getting ready for the next season. He was going to bring something beautiful out of it. And right now, where I am, is a season. And the waiting is so hard sometimes.
Gosh, this music choice. Josh was on point with the music on this.
And I feel like I just got out of that season of waiting and wanting. And to be put back into it right away is challenging. But I believe my season will come.
I'm a little jealous of that edit, not gonna lie. That was so good. I mean, he gave it a much different pace than mine, especially at the beginning. It felt just like we're going after it, and it slowed down in the middle, gave it a nice chance to breathe, and then built up again at the end. And I love that use of pacing. That is so good. I didn't even think about adding like a handheld effect on the second angle, or a the way that he utilized punch-ins to make it feel like there were more cameras than there were was perfect, especially when you have the capability of shooting in 4K like that on both cameras. Man, that is so good. And I like the glitch transitions. I think it fit with the style he was going for. Obviously, it would not have fit with like the tone that I went with. But with the way, I like how we only used the glitches when we were in the faster paced parts of the video, which I thought was really nice. And using the actual B-roll that we got of Ariel singing, I forgot that we even got that clip when she was singing. That was great. And then using like the old film look on that one, man, that was so good. Music choice, I probably mentioned the music like 7 times, but he used a lot of different tracks in there, but I like that they really reinforced what she was talking about in each one. It felt like each one was really carefully selected, and the transitions felt really good. Man, yeah, I'm jealous. Good job, Josh. That was super good. And the pacing that he went for allowed the video to be a bit shorter than mine, which made a lot of sense, and it didn't feel like anything was really cut out. Overall, I think Josh did an amazing job with this edit, and I love that we both had very different thought processes and kind of visions for how this story was going to go. And I love the way he delivered it because it's not the way I would have thought of. But yeah, I took a stab at editing this video too. Go ahead and check it out. It's in the links in the description below. And Josh also reacts to my edit and gives his thoughts on it. Thank you for watching, and go ahead and check out my edit.